those of you who forgot, this week is building brick is purposefulness. Purposefulness. We're doing good.
With purpose.
We're going to go over a few habits that purposeful people do. How does that sound?
Good habits.
I imagine they're good. I hope they're good.
Absolutely.
There is a quote that we would like to share with y'all.
So, quote goes, "Our calling is where our deepest gladness and the world's hunger meet." And that's by Friedrich Buechner, American writer. What do you think when you hear that?
Our calling is where our deepest gladness, sorry, I have to look. Our calling is where our deepest gladness and the world's hunger meet. I don't know.
That's got you stumped?
Thank you. It has me stumped. Our calling is where our deepest gladness and the world's hunger meet.
So what do you think that means as far as purposefulness goes?
So our calling is somewhere in the middle of the happiest moments of our life, and hunger is probably one of the worst things in the world. So find your purposefulness somewhere in the middle. Yeah. World's need. World hunger is the world's need.
So he's trying to give us a kind of a mathematical equation,
Yeah.
Is my sense. So our calling is where our deepest gladness
Yeah.
and our world's hunger meet. So think of
Right.
like a graph, right?
Okay.
So,
Yeah, there we go. So our
So-
calling is where, what? Say that again? My brain.
deepest gladness
Yeah.
and the world's hunger.
Yeah.
So in between those 2 points, that's where our calling is.
So that's where your purpose is.
Right.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Oh, good job, Kelly.
So I mean, our calling is where our deepest gladness. So what is our deepest gladness? So it's like what we're
Whatever
what
makes you the most happy.
Yeah, and the world's hunger. What is that?
The worst thing in the entire world.
Well, it's the worst thing in the entire world, but it's also like
One of them.
what the world needs.
Yeah.
Right. So when we're able to combine those things together, when we have our deepest gladness and we are able to fulfill the things that are needed in the world,
Yeah.
then that's where we discover our purposefulness.
Okay.
So that's what Buechner is trying to say.
He's trying to say. That's a confusing one. Not anymore. Well, it's not, because I got it right when I first said it. It's just you really got to think about it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, let's get into the habits that let's get into some 5 purposeful,
Okay.
Let's get into 5 habits of purposeful people have, what they have.
Oh,
Oh
boy.
my gosh, can you say it?
What are the 5 habits of purposeful people?
Live in the present moment.
Living in the present moment.
Yeah.
Right. So the whole idea of living in the present moment means about actually being in the present rather than thinking about things in the past or thinking about where you're going to be in the future.
Yeah.
You gotta focus on where you're at so that you'll be able to actually go forward with where you need to be.
Right. So present versus past. One second, there was one thing here. So like, why can't you think in the past or think about the future? Why wouldn't thinking about the future be good for your purposefulness?
So it has a lot to do with, because whatever you're doing right now,
Yeah.
if you aren't fully present in terms of your attention and what you're doing.
So I guess it's good to have goals still, though.
Yeah, you still have goals. There's one. It's one thing to have a destination, but you still got to take steps to get there.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're just gonna look at the destination and not actually take the steps to get there, then you're never going to get there.
It's not like you have the ability to control the future anyways.
Right.
Yeah.
And you don't know if, I mean, like, you don't know if, you know, what's going to happen next, and you may have an overarching goal.
Yeah.
The purpose, being purposeful though, and having presence in whatever you're doing,
Yeah.
it gives enough of your energy into it that it actually makes a difference, and that's why you need to be present.
Yeah. Another thing would be to focus on one thing. So kind of same thing, be in the moment.
Yeah.
Focus on that one thing.
Well, I mean, the thing is that
I guess not.
we tend to get into a lot of different things, right? So we tend to get into a lot of different things at once. Sometimes we'll get into multitasking and we'll do this. And then of course that takes away from our ability to be able to like focus on just one thing, right? A lot of the most successful people in the world, they tend to be just like that, where they will only, I think it might actually be, I can't think of it. Who's that guy again? Who's the founder of Amazon?
Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos, yeah. Jeff Bezos.
It's Bezos?
That's how I say it. Am I wrong?
Oh, he says Bezos. I say Benzos. You say Bezos. Jeff, contact us. Let us know how to pronounce your name.
So I think I saw recently Jeff Bezos, however you say his name,
Yep.
actually said that he gets paid a lot. He makes a lot of money for making just a few really good, high quality decisions, right? And then he even compared himself to Warren Buffett and said, Warren Buffett makes like 1 or 2 decisions a year,
Right.
you know, that
Who's
are just
Warren Buffett?
really high. Who's Warren Buffett?
Yeah. Do you know?
So Warren Buffett's only like one of the most richest people in the world. Yeah. So.
Well, we're definitely not best friends then.
So I mean, he's famous for being an investor and making a lot of money, but he's also very famous for missing a lot of the biggest leaps in technology gains that were made in the past. So like he missed everything to do with the internet. He missed everything to do with like, you know, he's missing everything about blockchain. You know, he's the one that said he said Bitcoin is like rat poison squared, you know, this kind of thing, right? So he doesn't, you know, so he's not infallible, but he's very, very wealthy.
Yeah.
Right? So best friends with Bill Gates.
Okay.
So Warren Buffett, so Jeff Bezos said, you know, Warren Buffett really just makes a few decisions each year.
Right.
Right. And that's and when you think about purposefulness, right, and you think about to be able to focus on one thing, they are focusing on one thing.
Are they
right?
ever?
Yeah. And that's why they're able to produce such amazing results with what they do. And the same thing happens with everybody, is that when you can be able to just see something through and just like stay on it until it's done, it makes all the world of difference. Because like what happens so often is that we get started on something and then, there's distraction. And so then we put it aside and then we start on something else and then, there's distraction. And then we just get nothing done.
This has been my day today.
There you go. And then you feel like, and then at the end of the day, you feel like you actually haven't accomplished anything.
Yeah.
And that lends to you not feeling like you actually fulfilled your purpose.
Yeah.
Right?
I was actually, you just like answered my question, because I was being like, bleh. I was going to be like, and how does this give you purpose? But then you're like, this is why it gives you purpose, for the fulfillment.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. So number 3 is make changes today, not tomorrow.
Yes. You have to be making decisions. Yeah, making changes in the moment that you decide to do it.
Yeah.
How many times, Kelly, have you said, I'm quitting smoking 2 weeks from now? Yeah.
I don't know.
Too many times. Too many times.
1 too many.
Right.
10 too
and
many.
And so what happened? It didn't happen.
It still hasn't happened.
Still hasn't happened.
No.
Right. So if you're going to make the changes,
That's procrastination.
You make the changes today, though, right? And then you do that with purpose. Then it's going to have it's going to have the momentum it needs to actually happen. You know, like for me, I struggle with my weight all the time.
Yeah.
Right? My whole life, I've struggled with my weight. Lots of other people have too, but I've managed to be able to lose weight like like I almost know exactly how to do it now.
Yeah.
Right. And I've just done it so many times. If I added up how many times I've lost weight, man, I've probably lost like a ton, like a ton. Okay.
Yeah.
But I know that when I actually make the decision, it's so strange. It's not like I can't just say like, I think today I'm going to do. Something happens. There's like this moment where I just feel like a switch went off.
Yeah.
And suddenly I just make the decision right there. And man, like my whole everything, the way my diet goes, how much exercise I'm getting, just starts to happen.
Yeah.
And it happens because and it's hard to describe, but when I get into that mode, it just happens. And for a lot of people, they need to for a lot of people they never get to there because they're making plans for the future.
Yeah.
Right? And they just don't actually make a change. What's that there's that video, there's that meme that's out there.
It's because it's important to you too, though. Like, it's important to you, and that's why you're going to make it happen. Why wait for it? Make it happen now.
There's no reason why.
So if I get up one morning and think, I need to quit smoking, I need to set a date, I'm going to think, heck no, girl, you're doing it now.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might try that.
Yeah. There's a meme out there. What's that guy's name?
I don't know.
Who's that actor? Shiloh LaBeouf. Is that LaBeouf?
LaBeouf, yeah.
Yeah, Shiloh LaBeouf. So there's yeah.
Okay.
So there's a meme out there with Shiloh LaBeouf. I'll say that again. There's a meme out there with Shiloh LaBeouf who actually says all of these letters from these university students, and he records like acting them out, right? And one of them was like all these inspirational quotes, and one of the sayings he says is, "Yesterday you said tomorrow," right? Which is exactly what we're talking about now, is because everybody says, "Oh, I'll do it tomorrow," and they said that yesterday, right? So yesterday you said tomorrow, just do it, right? So.
Okay, I like that. I think I might try putting that into my life more. I'm a big procrastinator, so if I got things done, it'd probably make me feel more fulfilled. Yeah. All right. So number 4, be of service to others. Rather than live from a place of fear and selfishness, you could live from a place of connection and bonding.
Right. Because none of us can do it alone.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And so part of our purpose is to, like, I mean, we're like the whole human race works together.
Yeah.
Nobody has really become successful in life all by themselves.
No.
Right. So the more that you're able to have a vision that includes other people, the more likely it's gonna be more fulfilling. It's gonna have more.
That's what I was just. It's gonna make you feel better.
Yeah.
So it's gonna make you go farther.
That's right.
Putting gas in yourself. That sounds bad. It's like, okay, yeah, we'll just end it there. And number 5 is practice.
Practice.
Practice makes perfect.
That's exactly it.
But I don't believe that.
Why don't you believe that?
Because no one's perfect.
Well, practice makes perfect. It doesn't make you perfect, right? So you can perfect a skill, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can do a skill that with precision that's perfect.
But would it actually be perfect? And if it is perfect, is it perfect in your eyes? Is it perfect? So is it perfect in my eyes? Is it perfect in your eyes? Is it perfect in Brandon's eyes? Or do you know what I mean? My classification as perfect could be different than yours when we see something. Like, you could pick something out of something, and I'd be like, no, that's perfect.
Yeah, I think that whether it's perfect or not is really not important. as much as you're concerned about it.
Yeah.
But it's the practice that counts.
Yes, I was just going to say that too.
Really, it's the act of consistently and persistently practicing whatever it is that we need to do in terms of our skills, in terms of whatever it is that we're dedicated to.
Mm-hmm.
The more you practice it, the better you get.
Mm-hmm.
And we all start from somewhere, right? I mean, everybody who's an expert started out as a noob, right?
100%.
Everybody started from somewhere, and it's hard for a lot of people to just start because of that, right? They want to be the expert right away. And the truth is that the more you practice, eventually you suddenly find out, like, whoa, I'm the expert now, you know? So
being the expert right away just doesn't happen right away.
It doesn't happen, no. So
you got to practice.
So you got to practice.
Yeah. What's something that you've practiced that you became an expert in?
Blockchain.
I was gonna.
It's the most obvious, yeah. But I mean, like when it comes to, because of my background, like with hosting and with working with internet infrastructure
Yep.
for years and years and years, taking on blockchain was kind of a natural evolution, right? So truthfully, like just because I've been in blockchain, like I've been working with blockchain for the past 5-6 years.
Yeah.
Prior to that, I was actually like spending another 20 years working with the internet, right? And in that, I gained all kinds of experience and practice, right? That eventually, when blockchain technology was introduced, I took to it really quickly and really easily to understand it and know how to apply it and so on. And that, but it was actually like 25 years before blockchain even appeared. So if somebody is practicing and somebody is consistently, learning their craft and so forth, and a new technology comes along, like in this example, then they're going to be one of the first to be able to adapt to it, to be able to actually take advantage of it and so forth. So
do you think there's like a certain amount of time that it takes to become an expert in something? Is there like an average, or do you think depending on what you're becoming an expert in or what you're practicing? Or is there like a certain amount of time that anything can be done and you can become an expert if you just practice for this long? Like there is a habit. To form a habit, 21 days, they say.
Sure. It's one thing to form a habit, but it's another to have expertise.
No,
in
I know.
area.
That's why I don't think there's like a time limit on any of it.
Yeah, I don't think it's about time. I think it's about how much you serve others.
Yeah.
So when you get into a position where people are asking you questions about something, that is a good indication that you've now become the expert. Where if they just never want to hear from you, you probably still have a lot to learn, right?
Yeah. That's true. I'm trying to think if I've like practiced anything to become an expert. I don't know. I can't think of anything off the bat.
There must be one thing that you're just like.
I was just gonna go on to the next thing.
Out of all the things that your friends know you for, what's the one thing that they come to you for that they don't go to each other for?
I think I've become an expert with patience with my kids.
Okay.
Or with kids in general.
Okay.
I was at like a little get together with a few friends a few weekends ago, and I started walking away, and I could hear them. I started walking away from the deck to actually go check on the kids, and I could hear them like talking about me, and I was like, oh my gosh, are they saying something bad? And then she yells down, I tell you that all the time. And I'm like, what? So anyways, I did my thing, went up on the deck. She's like, don't I? I'm like, don't you what? She's like, I tell you, you're the most patient mom I've ever seen in my entire life. And then a few other moms up there were like, oh my gosh, I completely agree. So I guess patience with not with everybody, but definitely with my kids and children in general, probably.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go. Do you think failures during the practice can guide you to your purpose? Like while you're practicing, if you fail, will that guide you to your purpose?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, again,
fall down, get back up.
Yeah, you fall down, you get back up. It also depends on you having eyes wide open to actually see that as an opportunity to be able to go towards your purpose.
Right.
Right. Some people they get hit, they stay down.
Yeah.
Right. So you need to
Don't do that, peeps.
Yeah. You got to do what Batman does.
Yeah.
Right.
What's Batman do?
Well, you don't remember the Batman quote?
No.
Yeah.
What is it?
I think it was Batman's father said to him, he says, why do
Luke? No, that's not Batman.
You're mixing Star Wars into Batman.
That's bad.
I don't know how many people you just offended.
I'm sorry, folks.
Okay.
We can cut that.
So no, Batman's father says to him, he says, why do we fall down, Bruce? So that we can get back up.
Right.
Right.
I do remember it now.
So he was basically stating the purposefulness of why we fall.
You fall to get back up, to drive towards your purpose.
Exactly.
Or fly if you're Batman.
Yeah.
Does he fly?
Well, he glides.
Glides.
But he uses technology to fly.
Great to know. Good to know, good to know.
So we've got five habits of purposeful people that we just went over.
Yes.
So how do you get these habits into your life?
Into my life.
Yeah.
or into your life. And by, practice.
Practice. You just went back to 5.
I know.
So, I mean, the truth is it's all about building good habits.
Out of these, yes, and out of these 5, I think number 3 was make changes today, not tomorrow. I think that really talked to me the most, actually.
Right.
Yeah, to be a more purposeful
So
person.
out of the 5, that one thing was the one thing that really feel like that's what you have to apply in your life.
150,000%, yeah.
Okay. So now you have to figure out a way to make that something part of your daily life. So I like the quote of yesterday. You said tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's a good one.
So make changes today, not tomorrow.
Yeah.
So now you have to build a habit of whenever you actually are going to do something which pushes it off to tomorrow, you have to catch yourself and say, yesterday I said tomorrow.
Yeah, I will try to do that.
But you'll do that if you do that for 21 days,
Yeah.
we know
Forms a habit.
it forms a habit. And then if we continue that further, that becomes a behavior,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then you then become...
Just does it. I just
Yeah.
do it.
And so now you are doing and so now you're actually practicing the ways of how purposeful people live,
Yeah.
right?
And honestly, it's the little things like make a doctor's appointment for me, make a dentist appointment for my son, and this one needs his eyeglasses fixed. And this is stuff that's just been piling up. Or filling out forms for certain things. Like I just keep putting it on. I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to do that tomorrow. So I got a pile of stuff that I can be like, I'm doing that today. But I can't do it all today. So I'm going to have to maybe see, what do I do now? Because I've already got...
Well, how do you usually get things done? Do you write them down?
Yes.
Okay, so why don't you write those things down?
Yeah. But then I'm not going to be able to do them all today because it's going to take me hours.
Well, then can you make a list of what you're going to do today and a
what
list
I'll
of
do
what you're going to do tomorrow?
And what I'll do. No.
And then maybe even if there's 3 days worth of things that you've piled up?
No, I'm on vacation tomorrow, so I have all day.
Right.
This is actually why I kind of needed a vacation too, because I'm getting behind on a lot of little things like that. It's not stuff that really matters, but it's piling up, so it's starting to stress me out a little bit because
Right.
I keep saying I'll do it tomorrow.
Right.
And tomorrow comes, and
Right.
it's still not done.
Yes.
So that is definitely, I'm going to make that change today. I'm going to say today, I am making changes today, not tomorrow. I'm going to
That's
say
right.
that every day.
And you're going to write down what you need to get done.
Yes.
And then scratch it off, get it done.
Mm-hmm. That's my favorite part is putting a check mark I know. I
So-
do it for work.
And you love doing it.
I love it. It's what keeps, if I don't write myself this list in the beginning of my morning, might as well just say goodbye to the day.
Then start applying that to your other
Personal
things,
life,
your personal
yeah.
life,
I
and
really
then you
need
can
to.
have that same joy.
Yeah, I should.
Ta-da!
That's what we're going to do.
There you go.
All right. Join us next week for service.
Service.
Yeah, that's going to be an
Excellent.
exciting week. All right. Thanks, guys.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Full of purpose.